Morning, and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to a very blowy last video. I promise you, this is the last video on Project Monty. We got the instructions on how to stop this mileage flashing by editing the data on the body computer. Bit nerve-wracking. I think it's going to work. Let's try it, let's get into it, and hopefully get it done. Okay, so I've got the instructions here. I've printed it all out and I've put it into a binder just to keep it clean and tidy for future reference. So I am at the stage, I've skipped a load of pages because obviously a lot of it's not relevant, telling you to how to take the stereo out and so on. So we're at stage 4 here, where we boot up MultiECUScan and we go to the body computer and we go to CAN setup, proxy alignment. So we connect to that, in its own sweet time. Right, we're on there, and of course we can see the entertainment telematic node has failed. So we go on to the adjustment tab. I'm trying to do this with my left hand now. Onto the adjustment tab. And then what we do is we do Control, Alt and C, and the proxy window will appear. I can't do that one-handed. Or can I? Actually, I might be able to. Control, Alt. I've got enough fingers. Control, Alt. Oh, I can't get to it. Hang on. Control, Alt, C. There we go. Yeah, it has worked. Right, so that gives us... let's just dismiss that. We don't need to worry about that. That's nothing. Get off. Where's my mouse gone? There it is. Right. Okay. Right. So, Control Alt C. So we then say, it says copy and paste your code to the notes. So basically what you're doing is you're saving what your proxy that's there in case anything goes wrong. So you can then refer back to that. So I am going to do a copy and paste on that, Control C, and then we're going to go to, I think we have to OK that, I'm not sure, we have to get out of that first. Right, so as you can see, that's my hexadecimal code, and down the bottom there it shows 133 bytes. I've got the cursor at the end, so there are 133 bytes. Now the instructions say create additional hexadecimal places at the end of your current code, so you have to add lots of 00 space, 00 space, 00 space until you reach 193 bytes. So we go 00 space, 00 space, 00 space. We'll keep going until we get to there and then we'll come back. Okay, so we've got all those zeros in there, and as you can see we've got the cursor flashing in between the last 2 digits, and the byte count down there shows byte 193. So then we've got to do, you will then need to change the following within your code. Okay. I'm just having a read, okay. So I'm not sure I need to change everything on here. This is for getting an all singing, all dancing Apple CarPlay, which obviously I'm not doing. So I believe that the only thing I've got to do on here is, so it's got byte 30 changed to 10, byte 38 changed to 10, which prevents mileage from flashing on speedo. So I think I might do that one. Byte 121 changed to 44 for nav and audio. Byte 123 changed to D5, which is DAB. So that's really the one. So we're going to go. I'm going to change the flashing mileage one. So we're going to go byte 38. So we'll scroll up. Go down, so that's 26, that's 50, so we'll go back. We want to get to 38. So that's 38, which says 10 at the moment. Well, that's what it is 10. Byte 38, That is byte 38, isn't it? Yeah, that's already at 10, if you can see that. Where's it flashing there? You see where it's flashing there? So that's already at 10. Byte 38 change to 10 prevents mileage from flashing. Then byte 121, we don't need to do that. Byte 123, so we'll come down to 123. 86, 110, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 121, 122, that's 123. It says, at the moment it's 81, and it says change to D5. Now, I was under the impression, there's something else I want to try first, because the next bit is changing the Abarth logo on the screen. I want to change it to the Fiat one. And I've got that on my phone somewhere. So let me just find that, and then we'll come straight back. I'm a bit suspicious about this, because this says, on byte 130, which I'm at now, change to 05 for the Abarth logo. But it's on 01, and 01, I believe, is the Fiat logo, but we haven't got the Fiat logo. So that's a bit odd. Unless, okay, so the proxy is set to 01, which is what it is, but of course we haven't done a proxy alignment, so the stereo is already set at 01. Sorry, the proxy is set at 01 because the stereo that used to be in here had a Fiat logo. Because this one is set to Abarth, once the proxy alignment's done and that is set to 01, then that will probably work. Which is probably why this is saying set to 10 to stop the mileage flashing. So that's why that's the same. So these instructions are right, but this is based on changing putting an all singing all dancing Apple CarPlay and so on in. But I did expect on byte number 123, so we go back to 123, 127, 126, 125, 124, 123, that's at 81. But the instructions that I've got at the beginning of this somewhere, which is what I wrote down from it says change it to C5, not D5. But that's not D5. There isn't a D5. So now I'm a bit concerned that I'm changing something I shouldn't be. But that's what it says. I mean, it says change byte. Yes, if you look at the picture here, D5, I'm assuming that is it there. D5, and that is about in the same position, more or less. But I'm in, so I'm a bit confused now. I think we've got a backup of this, haven't we? So if the worst comes to the worst and it don't work, we've got to try it, haven't we? We've got to try it. Right, so byte 123. So that, which is byte 123, delete that, and we've got to change it to DAB, which is D. Let's do it in capitals. It's supposed to be in capitals. D5. Okay. Byte 130 is already at 01, so that should work. So as far as I can see on that bit, that's all we're going to need to do. So let's just go on to the next page and then we'll come back. Okay, the next thing we have to do, is that the next thing? I think so, yeah. The next thing we have to do is we do a Control A, which selects all. Sorry, I'm trying to, this bloody folder's getting in my way. Oh, for God's sake. Get it out of the way. Right, we do Control A. Control A, highlight the code in full and hit OK. Well, there isn't an OK. Oh, yes, there is, down the bottom here. It's almost off the screen for some reason. OK. proxy data length changed, continue. It says if you get a warning, proxy data length changed, continue. Window appears, press OK, then hit execute. So, OK, execute. Let's see what happens. Not convinced this is going to work. It'd be nice if it does, but I'm not convinced. Dashboard is successful. Airbag is... Come on, please work. Next one, entertainment telematic. Please work. Please work. Out of range, it's done it. I knew it wasn't going to work. I just had this feeling it wasn't going to work. So why is that then, I wonder? It didn't work. I wonder why. Don't know. Let's have a little look and see if we can figure anything out. I'm pretty sure I haven't done anything wrong, but I'm going to go through it again without the camera on and just see if I can see that I've done anything wrong. I'm pretty sure I haven't. I wonder if the logo wouldn't have changed, would it, on the stereo? Because the proxy, no, it still says our bath. Yeah, I wonder why it's not working. That's really strange. Initially I was convinced this was going to work, and then as I'm going through it, I was thinking, no, I don't think it is. But yeah, I'm going to have a look through again and see if there's anything that I missed. I'm pretty sure I haven't, but we'll have a look. Okay, I've gone through it all again, so basically it says if it doesn't work, it didn't work. I tried it again, it didn't work. What it says on here, so if the alignment is unsuccessful, you receive a request out of range error message, which I do, of course. Don't panic. Immediately after the failed alignment, click disconnect at the bottom of the adjustments tab, and then there's a PDF icon on the page. So you click on that and you get a PDF up, which is like a diagnostic. And it tells you down here, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, the error is here, and it tells you byte 123 D5 to C5. Now, yeah, C5 to D5. Now I changed that, but if you remember, that was 00, where it should have been whatever it should have been, C5. So is it telling me to change D5 to C5? Let's see what that does. But according to these, you should re-edit as the proxy as per your first attempt following. So hang on a minute. The last section of the PDF will confirm the error. Example, byte 30, 02 to 12. That means that by byte 30 you've not set the parameters correctly. Okay. So that's it basically. So that's the error that it's saying. So it's saying, I'm not sure whether it's saying I need to change D5 to C5. Because it was 00, wasn't it? Why was it 00? I would have, it's supposed to have been C5, not D5. And I changed it to D5. So it's saying, sort of saying there that I've got to change it back to C5. But it wasn't C5 to start with. So maybe that's where the error is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out of this and then I'm going to do it all again, and then we'll try it again. So I'm going to change that D5 back to C5 and see what it does. So I'm just going to go to that page and then we'll come back. Now, I've got that up. Did I make a mistake there? Because that's D5. Did I change that to D5 instead of C5? Because according to what I wrote down on a bit of paper, it should be C5. So maybe that's it, which would make sense why that's come up with that error. So let's get that folder out of the way. So we'll change that now to C5. Hope you're with me on this. So we'll change that to C5. And now we'll do it all again. So now we'll do Control A, got to change hands, click OK, now do execute. Oh God, this is nerve-wracking. I'm still not convinced it's going to work, but that would make sense because the D5 was not DAB. C5 is DAB, so maybe I changed it wrongly. So let's see. Dashboard node success. Right into module, airbag node. Come on, please work. Here we go. I'm not convinced. Go on. Success! It's done it! It's done it! Still got the Arbav logo. Although, of course, it hasn't done the proxy a lot. Oh no, it's doing the proxy. Once it's successful, oh my God, it's worked. It's actually worked. Even though we've still got the Arbav logo. Completed. Turn the key to off. Press Y to continue. Turn the key on. See what logo, Fiat logo. Yes, it was worked. It's actually worked. And the mileage isn't flashing. Fan bloody tastic. It's actually worked. I am well chuffed. Absolutely well chuffed. Wow. That's all I can say on that is wow, it worked. What a headache. And I did obviously make that mistake in there. Or maybe it's a mistake in the documentation. I should have another look at that. Because the bit of paper that I wrote it down on, I got it from... actually, let's turn the camera around and talk to you properly. That's better. Yeah, I got that... I downloaded that document. I've had it for some time. I think it was posted on one of the Facebook forums. So I downloaded it and I uploaded it a couple of months or so ago to the Fiat forum. And let me just turn the ignition off because I'm wasting my battery. And I printed it out, as I say, and I followed that. I mean, obviously, you might have seen where I've gone wrong when you watch the video. Of course, when I watch it back, I might well see that I did something wrong. But I put that as D5 and it should have been C5. Now, I followed the instructions in there. Maybe I did that incorrectly or maybe it's written incorrectly in there. But the instructions I got to change it to C5 at that byte 123 is because I took that from the forum because I'd put something on the forum about this problem. And someone had said, you need to change D5 to C5. So I wrote that down on a bit of paper, and that's what I was going to go by, but then I went by the documentation. So it works! Hey! You can tell I'm pleased, can't you? So that means no more messing around. Mileage isn't flashing. We've got the Fiat logo on the stereo. Oh, I'm well pleased, well pleased. So in that case, wheels. Let me just come back to the wheels. Okay. Now, I said in the last video that the bloke who'd offered me the wheels before, he then put them on eBay. He's a subscriber to the channel, so he may well have seen that video and thought, what is he talking about? I've sold the wheels. Now, I had a message a couple of days ago, or last week, saying, I got your wheel, you can have the wheels, mate. Someone wanted them for 240 quid, but you asked first. And I said, oh, what happened to the eBay then? And I never got a reply back about that. And he just said, I said, oh, can I come on Monday? So I texted him this morning and said, what time's convenient? And he said, about 12. And because I don't know where he lives, I knew he lives relatively local. And so I said, oh, what's your address? He came back and he said, same as before, mate, and gave me the postcode in Romford. It's the person I bought the door, not the door, sorry, the front bumper and the seats for the red Sport in front of me. Not the bloke down the road. So there was a bit of confusion there. So he has got them. Today is the third storm we've had this week, whatever it's called, Freddy Krueger, Storm Freddy Krueger or whatever it's called. Begins with F, I don't know. And the Dartford Bridge is closed, therefore everything goes through the Dartford Tunnel. And at the moment there was 9-mile tailbacks. So I'm not going today. No way am I going today. The road's bad enough as it is. If you know the M25 and you know the Dartford crossing, you know what it's like. So there's no way on earth I'm going there today. But I've said to him, look, if I can have them tomorrow, if they're available tomorrow, I will come over tomorrow and pay 240 quid. So I'm going to get them, providing he doesn't sell them to this other woman. And I'll take the ones off of this, swap them over. So then we've got the all right wheels on it. And then we can, we'll just sell these and then to get the money back. I'll sell them individually to get the money back, which is what I've done on the convertible. I took the steel wheels off and I put the alloys on, which I got from, can't remember which car, one of the ones I've broken up, probably Project Cooey, I imagine. And then I sold the steel wheels, sold them all. I sold them for like 50 quid. One of them was a bit not quite such good condition. I think I sold for 35 quid or something, but I got my money back. So selling them individually, I'll probably get more than £240 for the four wheels. So you know, I may even make a little extra bit of profit. So that is it. It's worked. Thank God for that. I'm not a religious person, but thank the Lord for that. Okay, what's next? It's horrible and windy out there. I don't want to do anything, but I want to get on with the sport as well, but I can't do it in this weather. It's just horrible. It's cold, it's windy, hasn't rained yet. I've got to clean the engine on this, so I'm going to clean the engine. MOT, it's MOT'd until June. So what are we? We're almost beginning of March. So March, April, May. So it's still got 4 months MOT on it. So I'm wondering whether to bother getting it MOT'd or not, because the MOT place that I've currently been using, which is actually Quick Fit, because they've been really good actually. I know no one rates Quick Fit, including me, but the last 4 cars I've MOT'd there, and they've been quite, I think they've been relatively lenient on at least 2 of them, especially the last one, where they passed it with that bottom arm. Even though I changed the bottom arm afterwards, they just put it down as an advisory, which I was really surprised about. So there were no MOTs available for almost 2 weeks there. Now, I know there are other places around, and I could try and use another place, and I might do that, but there is someone interested in this car. Yeah, this thing down here, where are we? That. I don't know if you can see it. The surround has gone, it's fallen inside somewhere, and I can't get it, I can't find it, so I've got to find another surround. I'm not taking the door card off. It can stay in there, as long as it doesn't rattle. I'm sure I've got another one lying around somewhere. So I need to do that. Everything else is done. Everything else is done. Yeah, so we'll see you in a minute. We're going to get this engine cleaned. I think my wife's made me a cup of tea, so I'm going to drink my cup of tea, and then we'll come out and we'll clean this really quite dirty engine, and then we're done. Okay, right. You'll have to excuse the wind a bit. The last thing I've got left to do is do the headlights using the old Maguire's, yeah, cleaning kit. So I've never used this before. I've just bought it, so I'm going to give it a go. So first of all, what you need to do is mask off around the lights. I'm assuming that's to keep it off the paint, because you don't want to damage your paintwork. So it's only sort of, you know, literally just going around the edge a bit. It's nothing spectacular. So I'll just, oops. Just going to try and get these scratches out if we can. So this is obviously quite badly scratched. So they do give you some little bits of sandpaper, wet and dry, whatever it is, just to go over if it doesn't work just by using this. So you use a little bit. I'm not sure. Define a little bit. I'm not really sure. Give it a good shake. A little small amount, it says. If it would actually come out of the, God, how thick is this stuff? Maybe it's got, it might have a, yeah, it's got a it's never going to come out trying to do it without taking the cap off, the bit of foil over the top. Alright, that's better. Okay, get rid of that. This is one thing that I really didn't want to have to replace after I mistakenly bought this one that with damage, not knowing that it had damage, not seeing it. It was my own fault. I didn't look at the listing properly. It wasn't like they tried to be dishonest or anything. So it says start off slow. Not convinced that this will actually make a blind bit of difference, to be fair, but it's worth a try. I mean, it does remove light scratches, but unfortunately these are a little bit more than light scratches. Even if it improves it. Right, let's try that. It says then buff off with a dry cloth, so I'll just grab a dry cloth. What I did off camera as well was I've been around the car. Yeah, it's brightened them up, that's for sure, but it hasn't taken off the scratches at all, really. So what we're going to do, I'm going to read the instructions and then refer to see if I can sand that, and then give it another go. Let's give it a try. We're using the sanding method now. So we've got number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. 1 being the most coarse. So you wet it, and then you rub that in a side-to-side motion. Yeah, it's getting them out already, look. It has. It said use lots of water. Once you've done that, you turn it over and you do number 2 up and down. So you do number 1 side to side and number 2 up and down. I think it's getting it out. I'm going to go a little bit the other way again. Up and down with number 2. They're certainly reduced, that's for sure. You can still see them, I think, but they're certainly reduced. So that removes the side-to-side scratch marks. And then you use number 3. Again, you go side to side. Yeah, they've gone, I think, once we've buffed it again. And then we use number 4, which is the finest one, to go up and down again. You can still see them, but they are much, much, much reduced. Right, we need to clean that off, and then we need to get the polish on it again. So we'll dry that off, and as you can see, they have reduced quite a lot. They are still visible, but they were quite deep. So we use some more of this polish. Not quite sure how much I'm supposed to use, but start off slow. Speed up. I've gone over the whole lie, even though I've only roughed up the. You can still see them, but they're certainly not as prominent as they were. Definitely not. Right, let's wipe all that off. Yeah, it's definitely improved it, and they're not gone, but it said then use a final bit on the cloth to get any residue that still remains. Yeah, it's much better, much better. I was never going to get them out completely, I don't think. This will get light scratches out, but these were a lot worse than light, but it does take the eye off them. So yeah, that'll do. That's a successful job, I think. I was never, as I say, I was never going to change this again. It's so bleeding expensive on the facelifts. That's it. Done. Job done. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's vastly improved. From here, you can't really even see it. That's good. Pleased with that. Okay, so the car is absolutely 100% finished now. Absolutely finished. So I'm going to do another little video in a couple of days or so time, and I might be able to give you an update as to whether it's sold or not, because tomorrow at 1 o'clock, which is Sunday at 1 o'clock, so this video will be going out at 10 o'clock on Sunday, and around 1 o'clock we are having a viewing, and I'm hoping very much that the car is going to sell. And we'll do a little walk around. I did a little filmed slow walk around when the day I got the car, and I've just done another one showing the difference, and then we'll show you that as a little montage, and I'll let you know on that video as to whether the car's sold or not, but it's all done. So yeah, the car is all done now, all complete. As I say, someone coming around tomorrow to have a look, and hopefully they're going to buy it. So Project Monty has been a bit of a journey. It's cost me a fortune. It's cost me an arm and a leg, and I will go through the figures with you after this little short excerpt, and then we'll wrap it up, and it'll be the end of this project. Okay, it's that time at the end of the project. It's time to go through the figures on this one. I don't always go through the figures, but I thought I would on this one because I knew right from the start that it was going to be an expensive project, but I really wasn't prepared for what the cost of some of these facelift parts are. So I've got my spreadsheet up on the screen here, so we'll go through it. So bear with me because there's quite a lot of things to mention. So the car was £1,800, including fees. It was £2,210.40. Delivery was £140. The battery, new battery, because obviously that battery was missing, £91.96. The gear stick surround, which the bit with the buttons on, was £21.20. A full set of keys, cut, supplied and coded, was £200. The rear bumper wiring loom with the PDCs on them, that was £53.70. That was expensive. The driver's airbag was £110, which was quite expensive. Front grille was £37.50. Near side front fog light was £14.97. Nice and cheap. And the near side front fog light was £20, and the offside front fog light was £14.97. Steering wheel was £50, which wasn't too bad. If you remember, I got the wrong one from Club 500. That was my fault, not their fault, and I had to get another one, which was actually a little bit cheaper. So that was £50. The seats were £178, which was a strange amount, but that's what they were. The front fog light surround, so the bit that goes round the fog light, which has got those like the little bits of chrome on that match the grille. That was where are we? Front fog lights. So no, hang on. What am I looking at? I've lost my place now. Yeah, sorry. Front fog lights surround offside was £15. Gear stick gator was £8.57. The gear knob, I had a gear knob, so I didn't have to buy one. Yay! The front bumper was £105.49, which wasn't too bad really. That was bare, no trim. The clock spring, including the indicators and what have you, was £18, so that was cheap. Speedometer was £116.10. Don't know where the 10 pence has come from. Heater controls, nice and cheap. They're always nice and cheap. £18. The gear stick surround, I've got that on there twice. Gear stick surround, haven't I? No, sorry, gear stick surround. Yeah. No, hang on. Let's go back. Oh, I've got the gear stick surround on there twice, so I need to remove that. Bear with me. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Got that on there twice. Right. The radio surround was £18. The number plates were £11.99. The rear bumper was £55, which was nice and cheap. The centre trim on the front bumper was £33.20. The rear lights were £110 for the pair, which is, you know, not that much more than a normal set. I suppose a normal set, the old style, would be, no, actually it's probably double the price. The offside DRL was £38.30. Headlights were £140, so that was quite expensive for second hand. So 75 quid each. Stereo was £114.99. Again, you know, a bit pricey, but then it's a facelift one, and it was a DAB one, of course. The coloured dash panel was £34.99. The front bumper chrome trim bottom I have not put on because I've not used it, so I've deleted that. And then if you remember, we bought a rear bumper for the chrome on the back bumper because the bumper we bought didn't have the chrome on it, and it was cheaper to buy a donor bumper and take the chrome off. Now that was £95, so that's included in the full cost, but I have still got that bumper which I've cleaned up and is up for sale at the moment. So when I sell that, that will obviously come off the cost of this. The headlining was £40. The gear stick knob and gaiter. I bought a gear stick knob and gaiter because I needed the tube, the spring and the tube, and I just bought the whole thing for 25 quid. So I will probably sell part of it again, we'll get some money back. Near side DRL was £68.99, that was the one that scratched. The door cards were £46. The front bumper fog cable, so that's the cable that runs along the inside of the bumper, which joins the fogs, that was £20. Where are we? Roller blind, thank you for, it's all in the detailing, he gave that to me free of charge, wouldn't take any money. And then the rear bumper extension cable was £20. That was the bit that I needed, that I had to join and solder the joints on the inside of the car. Tow eye rear cover was £12. Body shop, which I thought was expensive, was £500. Well expensive, I thought that was. I don't know why it cost so much this time. The manuals, set of manuals was £23.83. Sun visors were £18. The battery under tray was £18. I did actually find one, but I didn't have the tube, so I thought it was just easy to buy the whole thing. Headliner surround was £22.50. That's the bit that goes around the glass. The grab handle was £11.95. I broke the glove box, as you saw in the video, most annoyingly, so I had to buy a new one of those, which was £31.99. Where are we? A rear parcel shelf, really expensive, £33.49. How they have got so expensive all of a sudden, I don't know. And last but not least was thermostat, because I had to change that because of the 40 sensor on it. That was £19.99. So that comes to a grand total of £4,972.10. So my intention is hopefully tomorrow is to sell the car for £5,500. Now on a forecourt, this car would cost somewhere anywhere between 7.5 and 8.5. So someone getting it for 5.5 is an absolute bargain. Bearing in mind, it might be a cat end, but it's not a crashed car as such. All right, it had those dented seals, and you see those dented seals on Fiat 500s wherever you go. So yes, it's got a cat end marker on it, but it wasn't a crashed car. So £5,500 quid, as far as I'm concerned, is an absolute bargain. So yeah, hopefully we'll sell it for that, and we'll make 500 and a bit profit, which is better than nothing. I had expected to make more, but there you go. So that's the costs, £4,972. So yes, so that's the figures. As you can see, I'm not going to make much money, but you know, it was. I never thought I was going to make very much money, although I didn't anticipate how much some of these parts were going to cost. But it's done, it's finished, and hopefully it'll be sold tomorrow. So yeah, that's the end of the project. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been educational for me, and I hope it's been as educational for you and enjoyable for you to watch as well, from the comfort of your warm house, stroke flat, stroke workplace, stroke bus, wherever else you've watched the video. as always, a massive thanks to all the subscribers, a massive thanks to the views. Please give us a thumbs up on some of the videos. If you haven't watched the videos from the beginning on this project, click on the link above to go to the first one, which was the walk around, and then you can watch them all through. There are more videos than I thought there would be, but yeah, I think it's been a good project. So as always, again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next project, which of course is this one. See you soon.